Hello, everyone. Good afternoon now. Hope everyone is doing well. I have been tasked with going over the cash flow strategist. So if you are taking notes, the way to get to the strategist is that you log into your back office and then you go to tools and then you click on cash flow strategist. Now the cash flow strategist is attached to the cash flow manager, and that will be discussed a little later. But if you are looking at it, it's at the top. So they're in the same location. Okay, you can always go to the cash flow strategist, manager, and then go to the strategist from there. So the first thing you want to do is select new. Select new. Now, with the strategist, you can name it anything you want. You can have a strategy for you, your husband, both, or your child, but give it a name. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to have your top 5 financial goals. Now, these are your financial goals for right now. So keep that in mind. You'll just number it from 1 to 5. If there's anything specifically you want, you would put it in this space here. Next is your retirement freedom goal. Your retirement freedom goal. So retirement, I like to say, is a mindset, is not necessarily a year, but this is going to give you an outline of what it will look like when you choose to retire. So what is the least amount of monthly income you desire at retirement? So keep this in mind when you go over this with your partners. 1, a person's health. Okay, a person's health factors into this number. If you are on medications, who's going to pay for your medical after you retire? Okay, so you want to know that from your current job so you can have a more accurate number. 2, your number should be less than the number that your current take-home monthly pay. Why? Because theoretically, all your bills, all of your things such as your car, your house, these things should be paid off by the time you retire, which means your expenses should be less. So that's something just to think about when you come to this, as you come to this number here. What year at the least do you plan to retire? So you would put that there. Now numbers 3 through 7 is what I like to call worst case scenario. So when I go over this with my partners, we always do the worst case scenario first, meaning if you don't have any savings, if you don't have a retirement plan, what does your plan look like? So that's why numbers 3 through 7 are all 0. Next is your debt elimination. So put all your creditors, all your balances, and all your minimums into this section here. Don't forget about the actual people that you owe as well. Make sure they are up here. Next is your reoccurring monthly expenses. So whether you're a millionaire or a thousandaire, you still need a roof. You still need a car that has insurance, whether it's paid off or not. And you still need electricity on. So these are the things that are reoccurring every single month. And if you can't remember everything that's coming out, always refer to your bank statement. That'll tell you exactly what's coming out. So very important, if you're taking notes, to write this down. Your current monthly cost must equal your new monthly cost. Again, this is because we're doing worst case scenario. And you want these two numbers to be the same. So when you look in the column that says monthly savings, it should be 0 all the way down. Now, as it concerns your reoccurring expenses, make sure you have your children/grandchildren on there. Make sure that you have yourself, because there are some things that you're just going to buy for yourself regardless. And make sure that you have your charities or your tithes on there as well. Those 3 things, make sure they are on your reoccurring expense list, because these are things that you do, but you don't really account for them. And we want to find out how much is coming out of your coming out of your pockets every month. And then you would hit save and return. And then it's going to create the A, the B, and the C. So we were just working on the A, which was the assign. We assigned our money to a task, whether it's paying debt or paying our recurring expenses. Now we're going to build upon that in the next section. So as it pertains to the cash flow strategist, it is automatically going to have you up here at 8%. It's also going to have numbers here. And I want you to go in and make this all 0, okay? And then you're going to hit save, and it's going to bring you back to the top. So for this section, this is our retirement freedom section, okay? And in this section, I always refer to a financial advisor, okay? Refer to a financial advisor, AKA Strozay Hill. Okay, this is why. This section gives you an idea of how much you need to save or put into account at an 8% rate of return to have your desired amount. So if we said that we wanted $2,500 for when we retire, and we had no savings, we would need $375,000 in order to have $2,500. So in order to save this, bottom line is number 9, we need $274 into an account at an 8% rate of return. So this is a great talking piece when you see Mr. Hill and you're talking about your retirement plans, because we all know that the bank doesn't give you 8%. It doesn't give you nowhere near this. So you need to know what accounts could possibly help you achieve this, and what is your risk tolerance? How much are you willing to risk? 8 may be too high. 8 could be too low, okay? And that's what you discuss with your advisor. So use this as the foundation of your conversation when you seek wise counsel. Moving forward, so it starts off with step 1, business income, which is nothing. Tax withholdings, which is what JT went over, going over your W-4. At this point, it's nothing. And we want to look at step 3. How much is actually coming out of our pockets every single month? So put a star next to step 3. Step 3, when you're going over with partners, is your aha moment. Your partners are either going to have one or of 2 feelings. The first feeling could be, oh snap, I actually have more money than I thought left over, or oh snap, this is why I'm broke every month. That's the only 2 feelings they're going to have. And that's because in their heads, they know how much they bring in. So this number could be above what they bring in or below what they bring in. Okay, and that's what you want to make a point. Knowing how much is coming out so we can adjust it accordingly. So moving forward, because we do worst case scenario, I want you to understand that even if they did absolutely nothing in the business, that they still are provided a plan. Okay, they still have a debt elimination plan. And according to this plan, it will take them 134 months to accomplish, right? So that's 2031. They said they wanted to retire in 2049. So that's great. They're out of debt way before they said they wanted to retire. However, your goal, and hopefully their goal, is to pay off their debt faster. So in the efforts of time, we're going to go back. We're going to say that their tax withholdings were $440. And we're going to say that they did something in the business. Okay, we're going to say that they bring in $200 a month from the business. Okay, we're also going to lessen some of our expenses as it pertains to our current payments and new payments. So once we enter those 2, I'm going to go down to the bottom and I'm going to hit save and return to list. In order for me to change the expense column, I have to go back to A and redo my monthly expenses. So now when you're devising a plan for your partner, you go back to this list and now you see where you can cut down on some things. So I'm gonna make this 80, my phone bill 80. I'm gonna cut down on myself. I'm only gonna spend $50. And I'm going to cut down on gas. So now, as you can see in the monthly savings column, now this can be saved, which is going to change our next step. So we're going to hit save and return. We're going to go back to our B. We have 200 business income. We have 440 in our tax withholdings, and we saved $360. So our projected plan goes from 134 months to 65 months. Now they're finished in 2026 versus 2031, which is amazing, okay? So once they save all this money, they actually cash flow an extra $1,500, which means now they can put it towards their investments. Now, be mindful, guys, in both places, it asks you, before you even eliminate your debt, how do you wish to use this money? How do you wish to use this money? myEcon doesn't say take all your money, everything that you do, and put it into your debt. myEcon actually promotes you doing things simultaneously, building your emergency fund, making sure you pay yourself first, and paying your debt. Okay, those three things should be done at the same time. That's because an emergency will happen, because it's life, and you still need to pay off your debt, and you have to pay yourself first, or else what's the point, right? You need money too, and that goes into your investments. So now let's just say we put $1,000 in the emergency fund. Okay, we're building that as we're building our investments. A through the D is all of what you had before, which is all zeros, right? So according to this, you'll be debt-free in 2026. And you will be financially free by 2038. So what it's doing, it is taking the money that you are investing at an 8% rate of return, which is that same 8% that you had in that retirement at the top, and it's showing you a times table of your possibilities when it concerns your investment. And again, for step five, I want you to seek wise counsel, a financial advisor, AKA Strose Hill, because again, we have no idea what we can put, where we're going to get 8% from. And that's where the professionals come in. However, the top and the bottom gives you the talking point so you can have that conversation and you can actually take control of your finances because you have an idea of where it wants to go. Instead of saying, here's $2,000, put it in the account, now you can actually see how it's going to compound and can get you where you want to be. So once you have a plan that you want, that works for you, you would hit save and return to list, and the C is the carryout. Everything that you have put in the system is now here for you to see. I want you to print out this and put it on your refrigerator in front of your face so you know that your goals are there and your times table is right here for eliminating debt. Now, the great thing about this system is it is manual, meaning as you pay these things off, you have to go in and update it, which makes you accountable for your finances. And that's the best thing to be. Think about it, guys. The rich keep getting richer because they don't let anyone take control of their money. They are always in the driver's seat. And with this system, you are always in the driver's seat. I believe that is my time.